Yeah, so we've seen the basic budgeting kind of attack really help manage those who you don't know where to start, you don't know maybe what outputs to deliver. You're still looking to manage the time of implementing something like this at scale. But it's really going to be for those that are maybe smaller, less complex farms, or those who are new to formal budgeting. What do you need? You're really all you're going to need is last year's profit and loss and a straightforward revenue cost assumptions for the coming year. So, if they know their fertilizer costs, irrigation, kind of just those main input costs. And then really, like Paul mentioned, keeping it as simple as possible is the key. How can we slowly introduce them to something like this that it'll be sustainable and it just becomes a part of their yearly interactions with you. And then the outputs are a working budget and a basic cash flow. So they'll have a month-to-month budget for the upcoming harvest season, and then they'll have a basic cash flow that they can refer back to. It's not in deep, deep detail, but it is very high level and something they can definitely utilize when doing their planning. And then the types of conversations you would have, the budget is gonna, probably spark cash discussions, boost their margin awareness for each of their profit centers or, they're just full enterprise operation. And then it's gonna also just help them with much better bank conversations. So instead of reactively doing a budget for them for this maybe a loan renewal process, they're already getting this yearly from you. So they have that to be able to go into those conversations with. And we found that even just the small output is a big, leap forward to them and giving them more autonomy over their finances that before maybe they didn't really feel that they had.
Another process that's helpful here with having, as you showed on the screen there, a good proactive budget is it sort of leads into tax planning. A lot of our
Mhm.
CPAs out there in October, November, December, they get buried with a lot of what if tax planning.
Yeah.
Well, if they have everything in there that's the actual plus the projected based on their budget and they're pretty comfortable with that budget, that's going to tell you fairly quickly, well, here's where taxable income is going to be. Now we can
Mm.
do a little bit more where we're actually doing some planning services for the client versus doing compliance. So, that's a really powerful tool where we get to be that team player with them.
Yeah.
And we're not spending so much time just trying to, well, what about this? What about that? Well, it's already in the system, so to speak. It's just going to make our life a lot easier as a CPA, as an advisor.